So this task, we're going to set up the framework for the game using comments, and as you now have experience with, every game starts with the creation and initialization of variables. Then you create your objects, your game loop, read in your user inputs, update the sprites, adjust the location of the sprites, and then place them onto the screen, right? So that's what we're going to do here to start us off in our game of Raiden, right? So let's break open PyCharm, and maybe I can make a new file here. Right click here and say new Python file, Raiden video. Okay, I guess I already have one. Okay, so here we go, right? And so, of course, at the bottom, we're going to start with main. So we can go ahead and copy that there, and then we'll have a def main. We're going to have our globals out up at the top and our importing of Pygame and all of the different libraries that we need. Here we could say initialize variables. What else needs to happen? We need to create our objects. Okay. Then we'll have our game loop. So we'll have while true or while play. And then in here, we're going to read keystrokes, read inputs. Once we have that, we are going to run updates. Then we're going to draw groups, or maybe we could say draw objects, and then yeah, I think that's about it, right? And of course we're going to flip at the bottom. So I guess we can go ahead and drop all of this additional code in here. So I'm going to drop in the clock ticks, and then up at the top I have a couple of imports. Initialize Pygame. Put that in here. Of course, you can just go ahead and copy and paste from an old file and then just erase where needed. But then, of course, if I'm importing Pygame, if I'm using Pygame, I need to import Pygame. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Import Pygame. And then I think I need time. I definitely need to have FPS. So let me grab that, put that right here. I need a clock right here, and maybe I can grab a play as well. Maybe just grab all this stuff. Alright, there we go. And then when we're making our screen, we're using these two global variables, so win height and win width, so might as well make them right here. W is equal to something, and H is equal to something else. Let's see what I set them to out here. Okay, well, it's not there, but if we look at our tutorial, you could see that this picture is clickable. So I'm going to hold down Control and click on it. I'm going to hold down Command and click on it, which will open it up in a new tab, and I believe the code is here somewhere. Okay, great. So 16 times 32 and 700. So that's what I'm going to put here. For my width is 16 times 32 and a height of 700. I will save that, and I think that's about it, right? So if we have this and we have our skeleton and we're ready to begin programming, I could see here that my main has a gray line underneath it, so I'm going to put my cursor there, and it tells me that it expects 2 blank lines, but it finds 1. The gray lines are convention errors, right? So they're just like warnings, just making sure that you write your code in the way that other people who are coding in Python also write their code, so we could all follow the same convention. And one of them is to have 2 blank lines in between function definitions, right? So there we go, and I'll save that. I'll run it, and nothing should happen. Oh, I'm sorry. That's like the finished game, but let me go ahead, right click here and run Raiden video, and yeah, we have nothing, right? But there are no errors, and that's what we want. So yeah, so that's what we kind of want to do, just build a skeleton, and we're going to start filling this in one piece at a time.